known as the Gold Digger Girl, dual streaming, multi-streaming. I'm all over social media right now because this is our 5-year anniversary party. Woo! I couldn't find my tiara, otherwise I would have put it on because this is such a special day for me and the company. And I can't even tell you how excited I am about this giveaway. We're actually raffling off over $20,000. Like, have I ever said that live before? No. And it feels freaking amazing to be able to give back to our community in this way. So welcome on, everyone. I'm super excited to see you guys here. And this is going to be really special. So thank you for joining us live. If you're watching replay, appreciate you as well. So I really want to focus on you guys today. I want to focus on my team. I want to share with you why this is so special. And I really want you to feel what I have to say today. So I would love for you to share in the chat, in the comments. For those of you, how long have you been following us, by the way? When did you first find Gold Digger? How long has it been? And how did you find us? Let us know in the comments. I want you guys to see what people are saying. And I want you to imagine yourself doing something like this. It doesn't have to be in this format. It could be in your own way. But I want you to imagine yourself celebrating 5 years of your company. What would that be like for you? And look at these comments. And I want you to imagine that these comments are coming from your community. Look at what people are saying. Years. Kayla's 3.5 years. Erica's 3 or 4 years now. I think Lisa Barker, she's in UK, so she may or may not be on. She's been following me before I launched Gold Digger Girl Co. So it's like 6, 7, 8 years. Crazy. Look at what people are saying. I want you to imagine that. Sweaty, sassy mom. I love your username, by the way. 3 years on Instagram. Unbelievable. Jeannie, 4 years? I didn't know it's been 4 years. Wow. So why is this so special? Because when I was 11 years old, I didn't know I was going to be a gold digger yet, but when I was 11 years old, I remember my mom went to the bank. And back then, your parents left you in the car a lot. So at least mine did. So she went in the bank, doing her thing, and I was sitting in her car. And I remember looking up at that building, and it was one of those mirrored buildings where, all you see is just mirrors on the outside. And it was so fancy to me. At 11 years old, it seemed a million miles high. And I remember thinking, one day I'm going to have a fancy job where I'm special. And I get to, I have this really cool office in the corner, and I'm going to be important. Like 11 years old, I remember I had nothing around me telling me that I was important or could be important or could make a difference. That's not the environment I grew up in. I didn't grow up with people telling me I could do it. I didn't have that as an example. And when I was 11 years old, I remember thinking that. And then when I was 18 years old, I remember getting something in the mail saying I could make money working for a marketing company. And I did the math on what I could do and learn, and I could pay for college. And I'd gotten some scholarships because we didn't have money. I'd gotten some financial aid, but there was no other money. There was no way to pay for college. And I remember saying, I'm going to do that. I'm going to figure that out. And I started selling Cutco cutlery knives when I was 18 years old, but I was an independent contractor. So I had my own business when I was 18 years old. I had to pay taxes, right? I paid my way through college. I actually ran my own office when I was 23 years old. I moved to another state. I built out the office plan, meaning we had to move walls and do different things. I had to put ads in the paper. We had physical papers back then. This is 2003. I hired my receptionist staff. I hired a team. And I had, no business doing that. And I had started that company. And it went on for a few years, and it wasn't working anymore. I went back to corporate, and for 20 years, I kept saying, this is the last time I'm going to print this resume. Can anyone relate to that? Where a job doesn't work out and you're looking for something different, or you move and you say, this is the last time. This is the last time I'm printing this resume off. I'm done. And in 2011, I started my company Fit Kim. And I had a blog and I had a YouTube channel, and people would watch, but I didn't know how to monetize it. I didn't know what I was doing, right? So I started paying for programs and courses, not coaching. I would spend a few $1,000s, starting to learn about it. went back to corporate again. In my mind, I was failing. In my mind, I hadn't made it big. In my mind, maybe I couldn't be an entrepreneur. Maybe that dream of being somebody important or special or helping others, maybe it wasn't for me. But I kept going, right? I kept going. I had that in my mind, in my heart. I just knew that I could figure it out. I was frustrated because I didn't know how, but I knew if I just kept going and I kept learning and I kept implementing and I kept working on my mindset, I knew I could figure it out. And I spent the money on different courses and it just wasn't working. Went back to corporate for the last time. I'd lost my job and I had to get another job. And a lot of you guys know my story, but that last job that I got, you guys, I'll never, ever forget this. I had a lease in January of 2016. I walked into that lady's office to interview for the job 2 weeks later. Now, luckily, because of my diet and nutrition, I lost the baby weight like that. So with the suit on, you couldn't really tell. I had just had a baby. And I was in her office and I lied. I didn't tell her I had just had a baby because I knew if she knew I had a 1.5-year-old and a freaking baby, she would not have hired me. I lied. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell her I just had a baby. She gave me the job and she let me work remotely to build out some curriculum. And I thought, okay, I got a job, right? I needed the job. And then I was there and I hated it. And there was a bully and it was awful. And I thought, this isn't what I want. But it's my right now money. If you have a job right now, it's your right now money. That you should take pride in that. Sometimes we have to do what's best for our families, and there's no shame in that game. But to me, I felt like, gosh, this is not it. This is not what I want. And so someone told me about network marketing, and I looked into it and said no and said no and said no. And about 9 months later, I was like, what have I got to lose? We're up in our eyes in debt and we can't afford to do anything. We were working on getting out of debt. We weren't going out to eat. I was dyeing my own hair. I learned how to cut my bangs on YouTube. I cut Scott's hair for him. All the girls' clothes were hand-me-downs. Like, we were bare bones, guys. And I was like, this is not what I want, right? And I knew when I started getting into network marketing, I knew I was going to self-sabotage again because that was my pattern. So I decided to enlist professional support to overcome the alcohol abuse issue I'd had for over a decade. A lot of you guys know my story. And the reason why I mentioned that is because that was a pivotal moment for me. It was the moment when I said, you know what? This is holding me back from being successful. This is the thing. And for you, it can be disorganization. It can be procrastination. It could be you're doing things for everybody else and not yourself. You're too afraid to make the leap and leave or whatever, right? That was my thing. That was my story. It was the alcohol. That's what was holding me back. And I was so afraid because it had such a grip on me. I was so afraid to do that work to overcome it. But I knew if I didn't, I was going to continue to wake up every day feeling like a piece of crap and like I'd failed and I just wasn't fulfilling my purpose. And my self-worth, there was no self-worth. There was no confidence. There was nothing. It was awful. It was like being tormented every day. And I said, you know what? There's more here. And no one's going to show up and save me. I have to do it. And so I did the work and it was freaking hard and I resisted and I kicked and I screamed. I did not want to do it. And I kept going and I kept going and I kept going. And over time, things started shifting. I started noticing, oh my gosh, I would wake up and I was like, you can do this. This is going to be a great day. And I had, finally became sober, and I had August 1st of 2017 because you keep track of that stuff. And after that, you guys, everything changed. I started seeing myself differently. I started saying, you know what, you can do this. You're awesome. Go out there. You can figure out social media. You can hire a coach. You can get the help you need to get this business going. If you really want this, you're going to keep going until you figure this out. And I kept telling myself and telling myself and telling myself, but it wasn't all talk for me. I took action. I did hire a coach when I didn't have the money for a coach. I just pulled up my PayPal to pay an invoice for something and it shows on you there your working capital. It keeps it on there even though you've paid your working capital. It was like PayPal working capital paid off. And I thought, wow, like I did that. I invested in myself, right? I found the money to get the coaching. I found the person who I wanted to emulate and be like and learn from, but I didn't just watch her videos. I didn't just show up on her calls. I did what she was teaching, even when it was scary, even when I felt vulnerable, even when I felt exposed, even when I didn't have the time to do it. I did it, and I did it imperfectly. And so there wasn't a lot of people showing up on my Facebook lives, guys. There wasn't anybody in my Facebook group. I didn't have an Instagram account. I didn't have a following. I didn't have an email list. Okay. I didn't have Jack, but I kept showing up. I kept showing up, and I noticed, and I watched, and I paid attention. What were people responding to? What was working? What wasn't working? Ooh, what was I really enjoying? Oh, wow. These were the messages I was getting. These are the questions, the comments. I was friend requesting like a crazy person. I was making connections. I was showing up in groups. I was interviewing people and getting in front of their audiences, all while working full time and commuting. And Addison and Elise were 1 and 2.5 at the time. They're little. So in the spring of 2018, I'll never forget. So crazy thinking about it. So in March, I had just finished about 3 months of doing workshops. I didn't have a brand or anything like that. I was just Kimberly Olson. And I was doing these workshops. They were about 90 minutes. People would pay, $27, $37 to come to these workshops. And every time I would do them, there would be more people. And they would ask me, well, what about this? Can you teach that? And can you teach that? And we need help. And I said, yeah. And I would do these workshops. And I remember saying, you know what? I'm going to do a 6-week boot camp. And I'm going to walk you guys through like what I did to get going with social media. 6 weeks. Don't you wish you could pay this now? It was $297 for 6 weeks. And I'll never forget. I didn't have a landing page. I didn't have anything. I did a workshop and I said, hey, and I posted on social. I said, I'm going to do a 6-week boot camp. And you're going to get to learn what I've done on social media. And you can just PayPal me. Like I didn't have a website, a landing page. I didn't have a name, nothing. Okay. And I had, I'd thought about a brand and a company and all the things, because I'm the 11-year-old girl looking up at the beautiful building going, I'm going to create something like that one day. So I was formulating, and one day I heard, like, how there's swag and Etsy and all the different things. I saw gold digger. And I was like, gold digger, that's what I am. I'm digging for goals. That's what I freaking do. I set goals and I achieve them. Like, no excuses. Let's go. That's who I am. Like, look at what I've done in such a short period of time. So that's it. I'm going to call myself the gold digger girl. There was no one that said, hey, you're a gold digger. Yeah, you should do that. Nobody was saying that. But I said, I'm a gold digger. I'm going to call myself the gold digger girl. So on Word Swag, back in the day, I don't know if they have it still, Word Swag, I typed in the gold digger girl. And I put that out there. And I told everybody I'm going to do a 6-week boot camp. It's $297. If you want to get in, just, I guess, message me and you can PayPal me. And in 90 days, I hit 6 figures. And I remember my therapist at the time, I was still working with her on all the things. And she said, how much are you averaging per month? And I did the math. I go, oh my gosh, I'm making 6 figures. She's like, time to put in your notice. And I was like, oh, that's so scary. I don't know. She's like, okay, well, what would feel good to you? I'm like, part-time. So I met with my boss and convinced her that I was going to save her money and still do my job part-time. That lasted about 2 months because once I was home a couple days a week, I was done. I was like, I'm going to grow this thing. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to figure it out. And put my notice in, obviously, shortly after convincing my husband. And luckily, he said to me, well, what are you going to do for the next 20 years? And I said, be awesome. Like, what? Why is this even a question or a conversation? I'm quitting corporate. I'm leaving that and I'm going to build this thing. And luckily, he came over eventually to understand this whole world, but has been so supportive this whole time and allowed me to spread my wings and grow. But I have to tell you guys, in my team that's here, you guys know it's been so difficult, the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur. Oh, the reason why we get to live this lifestyle is because we're a little crazy, okay? We want things that other people don't want. We want a life that other people won't work for. And so in order to get to this level and create something to this scope and knowing that we're just getting started, there are so many huge ups and downs that you're going to go through or you've gone through. And the reason why that's important to say is because you see the success, right? We are so lucky that we do naturally get a lot of opportunities. The company has been featured in so many publications and on TV and had awards and accolades. We've achieved a lot. And you see that, right? Or, oh, wow, 7 million in revenue, which is incredible. And a lot of times people don't see the behind the scenes and they don't see how hard things are. And so if you're going through things right now or have, and you're just doubting yourself and wondering, like, is this really for me? What's in this? Maybe this isn't for me. Like, maybe I should just forget the whole entrepreneur thing and just focus, maybe I'm supposed to be an employee and work at a corporate traditional job, right? And we have employees in our company and we call them entrepreneurs. That's different. That's different than working in a traditional corporate, right? Where you're not fulfilled. You're not fulfilling your calling, right? Well, I want to encourage you to know that it is so worth it. And there are huge ups and downs to be an entrepreneur. And it can be where you're just like, okay, I don't know about this, right? That's so normal. And I want you to know that you will get through it. You will get through it. God never gives you something you can't handle. He just doesn't. And for whatever reason, because I have a whole list of questions for him when I, get to transition one day and talk to him about it. We don't know why certain things happen, but through us and through our story of our experience, we can inspire other people. We can tell other people about what we've gone through and how we've overcome. So when I look back at the stuff with the alcohol, you guys, one day I'll be able to write a book about it. I'm just not there yet. And I think, oh my gosh, why did I have to go through that? It was so awful. I mean, I can't even describe it. The reason why I had to go through it is because when I overcame it, I can share that story with you and that inspires you. And then I get messages from people who say, Kimberly, I just hit six months of being sober. And it doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be something else, right? Oh, I left the abusive marriage because I heard your story and I knew I could do it. That's why we go through what we go through. And when you are going through this and building this is not for the faint of heart. This is not easy. But we do this because through this process, we get to create a life that others only dream of. We get to make an impact on this earth that when we do pass, right, and we know we're ending our life, there's no regrets. There's no regrets. Could you imagine how freeing that is to know you have fulfilled your purpose? Like, you've made this world a better place. You've left your mark. That's why I love content. I love writing books. I love my podcast because it's there forever. If my girls one day want to give my book to their daughter, their friend, right? It's out there. So I want to challenge you. Are you playing small? I want to challenge you. Are you making a difference in this world? Or is it another day, another dollar? Are you going through the motions? Or are you saying, well, you don't know my story, Kimberly? Yeah, I do. I do. And I love you. And I'm here to say to you, you can rise above that, whatever your situation is. Because life's too short. And let's just be honest, this world needs us. This world needs us. It needs thought leaders. It needs visionaries. It needs hope, inspiration. There's nobody who's going to show up on a horse and save you, and there's nobody going to save them. We've got to help each other out. And you are here right in this moment for a reason. You are here right now because divinely you've been chosen to be drawn to me. And divinely, I've been called to speak truth into you in a way that you finally hear it. And I don't know what that is for each of you. I know it's going to land differently with where you're at right now, but somebody needed to hear that today. So I'm going to challenge you in celebration of what we're going to do, because we're going to raffle off a bunch of stuff right now. I want to challenge you to ask yourself, am I playing small? Am I really stepping into God's purpose for me? Am I making a difference? And if not, let's get that plan to make that happen. Does that sound good? I love that song by Beyonce. I can't even listen to it without crying. It's so good. Oh, so good. And that's what we get to do. Okay, go listen to that song if you haven't. It's amazing. Thank you so much for letting me share with you guys. So I'm really proud of myself that I made it through that. So I do want to tell you guys, we're going to raffle off $20,000 of different courses and programs and different things right now. I'm super excited about this. And I have my instructions from my team on how to make sure you get into the giveaways for this, okay? And I also want to let you guys know a couple things. Just if you're on Facebook, it's the best place to do this, or go to the link in my bio on Instagram or wherever my milkshake is. Just DM us if you can't find it. We are doing content in a day tomorrow. If you guys want to come, if you're an Ignited Life Coaching or Accelerator or a one-to-one client, it's included. Everyone else, there's a small fee. It's a few $100s. Content in a day is all day tomorrow, and you'll get the recordings. We're going to go through and plan out all of Q2. So in one day, we're going to map out all of your content for 90 days. Who's excited about that? So let us know if you want to get in for that. And then one more thing before we start the giveaway. No one has heard this. You guys are the first to hear this, okay? And I'm going to pull it up really quick because I know Steph sent it to me because she's a magical unicorn. And also too, I would love for you guys in the comments to give some love to Team Gold Digger, because you get to see them inside of our programs, but it's the behind the scenes that allows us to do stuff like this. I can't come on and operate at this level if it wasn't for them. Okay. If I want to do this myself, we wouldn't reach who we reach. Our content wouldn't be what it is. I wouldn't be somebody who sleeps 8 to 9 hours a week or 8 to 9 hours a week. Yeah. 8 to 9 hours a day. That's literally, I sleep like 8 or 9 hours. Working out, being with my family, traveling, all the things. It wouldn't be without my team. I mean, if you've experienced the Gold Digger difference, I want you to thank our team for that, because they are incredible and amazing humans. Okay, we ran it in. So we're going to do something really, really cool for our community. And I've been praying on this, and this is what God has called me to do. So I write a book every single year. I've written 6 books, 6 years in a row. 3 of them have been international bestsellers. 2 that we used a publisher for did not hit #1 because we should not have gone through those publishers. And then last year we had kind of a mix up with the launch. It was a whole thing with Amazon. It is what it is. But 3 of the 4 we've published as a company on our own have hit #1, international bestsellers. So this is what we're going to do for this year's book. It's going to release this summer. We are going to open this book up to our community. And we are going to be featuring women in our community that have had success in their businesses, specifically on social media. And this is perfect for anybody who wants, and you'll write like 3 pages, so it's not this huge thing. But if you've wanted to publish a book and you don't know how to write a whole book, or you don't know how to get published, right? Or if you don't know how to promote the book, you don't know how to write the book, or you don't know what to write about, right? What we're actually going to do, and I'll have you guys help me with the title, we are going to feature dozens upon dozens upon dozens of women in our community to share their stories. We have tons of topics to choose from. And for you might say, well, I haven't made 6 figures yet. This doesn't matter. Okay. There's different skills that you've developed, and we want to highlight you. We want to showcase you. What we're going to do is we are going to produce the book. We're going to bring the book to market. We're going to publish the book. We are also going to do our due diligence and everything we can to get it to be a bestseller for sure. Our goal, of course, is #1. And we're going to feature everyone who applies and gets approved for this. And there's obviously a small fee for it to get all the expenses covered. It's definitely reasonable compared to what else I've seen out there. But what we're going to do is we're going to feature you to our community. So our email list is coming up on 65,000 subscribers. Our open rates are unbelievable. On social media, we reach almost 1 million people per month through our social channels. So the exposure, the visibility, you'll be able to put you're a published author on your bio, all the things. It's what you've wanted, right? This is your opportunity to be a part of that. So if you're on Facebook, just put link in the comments and we'll get you the application to apply. And then if you are not on Facebook, if you are on Instagram, for example, we'll put it in our milkshake, or you can just put book in the comments, okay? So if you're not on Facebook, just put book in the comments if you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Instagram. And then team, if we can put it on our milkshake right away, I forgot to mention that before we went live, that would be fantastic. If you know anyone on your team, if you're in network marketing or maybe a client, this is really to be a contributing author of the book that we're going to put out. We're really looking for women who want to share their story. Okay. So like I said, big or small, we'll be going through those applications and we'll let you know if you are chosen for this. And this is going to be really, really great exposure for a lot of you. And like I said, we just wanted to do something really special to give back. And we know that this is the way that we're going to be able to do that this year. So how cool would it be to be a published author, you guys? I mean, that's huge. We've all said, oh, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. Writing a book is no joke. So this is a great first step in that direction. And you can say, you know, published author, you can put that in your bios. We'll have badges that you can put out there. We'll have assets you can use for social media. Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? I'm super excited. And I want to thank my team in advance because there's a lot of moving parts to make this happen. And we're working really hard behind the scenes to make this flawless. Okay. All right. So without further ado, we are going to get into our giveaways. So we've got 4 big giveaways. So let me tell you how you get into the giveaway. You are going to watch this live, obviously, or the replay. You're going to have until Wednesday night at midnight. So if you're watching replay, Wednesday night at midnight Central to get into the giveaway. We're going to announce the winners on Thursday, and we'll tag you and make sure you know about it. So in order to get in this giveaway, all you're going to do is you're going to take a screenshot of this live that we're doing, or you can just grab a picture from my Facebook account and do a post on Facebook. Facebook likes photos, not graphics. So if you're going to do a screenshot, probably just throw it in your stories. Otherwise, you just grab one of my pictures and write a post. And you're basically just going to say, hey, I love following the Gold Digger Girl. I've learned a ton from her. Just basically tell them what you love about following us and invite people to follow us. And that's it. So love the Gold Digger Girl. You got to go check her out, guys. Put it in your story, make a reel, do a post. If you're on Facebook, I would grab an image from my personal profile on Facebook or business page and just make a post and tell people why you love the Gold Digger Girl and to recommend that they follow us, and you'll get into the entry. You just have to tag us. Okay, so here we go. We've got 4 big bundles, total values over $20,000. So Boss Babe Bundle is the first one, the Boss Babe Bundle. What we're going to do for the Boss Babe Bundle is we are going to give you swag, of course. Are you surprised? We'll just have to get your sizes and all that. Swag. We're going to give you my Superstar Selfie course. This is the most recent course I put out. It's so much fun. I'm going to teach you how to get really good at selfies, how to use them on social, and really getting it to work for you and all the ins and outs, okay? So I have a full course on selfies and personal branding, right? Going with that. You're also going to get 1 year access to Scale on Social. So Scale on Social is our monthly membership club where I teach you everything from scaling, personal branding, online marketing, just all the things. And that's right there, you'll get 1 year access to Scale on Social. So this Boss Babe Bundle has our selfies course, swag, and Scale on Social, okay? That's the Boss Babe Bundle. That's our first big giveaway. The next giveaway is the Gold Digger Get Lit Guide, okay? The Gold Digger Get Lit Guide, because you know you want to get lit, right? Learn, implement, take action. So this one, what we're going to do is we're going to give you Rock Your Mindset Bootcamp. It's I think it's 6 or 8 weeks. I can't remember now. No, it's 6 weeks. There's 6 weeks of content, but you can go through them as quickly as you want to. 1 second. That was so weird. Did you hear that? I have a phone call, and so on Instagram it gets real wonky. Okay, so you actually can go through it right away, but it's over 6 hours of content all about mindset. So if you know you've got some stinking thinking going on, we've got to work on your mindset. So you're going to get that Rock Your Mindset Bootcamp. You're also going to get, this one's 8 weeks, 8 modules, Crush Your Biz on Social Bootcamp. So if you just want like a crash course on social media, you're going to get the bootcamp for that. And then you're also going to get 1 each of our certifications we launched this year. So we launched high performance coach, mindset coach, business strategist, and branding strategist. You get all of those. You can take them at your own leisure. You get all of our certifications for that bundle. So the Gold Digger Get Lit Guide, you're going to get Rock Your Mindset Bootcamp, Crush Your Biz on Social Bootcamp, and 1 each of all of our certifications. Okay. I know, it's so fun. It's like Christmas. Okay. Mindset Matters Bundle is the next one. Mindset Matters Bundle. You are going to get swag, of course. You're going to get the Rock Your Mindset Bootcamp, which is the 6-part course we just talked about. There's 6 big modules to it. I mean, it's very in-depth. And you're going to get the bootcamp. And then you're also going to get a spot in my current program, Millionaire Mindset Experience. It's 12 weeks. We are about a little over halfway through it right now, but you can just jump in and watch replays and catch up with us, or go at your own pace. That is one of the just masterpieces that I've created, and I'm so passionate about it because it really is teaching you how to get in alignment with wealth and abundance and prosperity. It's just a higher level conversation, and you're going to love it because I'm really teaching you how to embody it and calibrate to that level. And so the Mindset Matters bundle, you get swag, you get the Rock Your Mindset Bootcamp, and you get a spot in the Millionaire Mindset Experience. If you win and you already have these things, you get to gift them, and we can show you how to raffle them off on your profiles so that way you can get some good traction from it, okay? The last one, and probably the coolest one of them all, because we want to make sure to save the best for last, right, is a 1-year scholarship into Six-Figure Breakthrough Business Academy. This one's valued at well over $10,000. With all the bonuses and all the things that come with it, it's closer to a $15,000 prize. And you get everything that's included with this program as if you were a student. So you get to plug into our weekly office hours. We have accountability Zooms. We have curriculum all laid out for you so you can get to that first 6-figure mark. You get assigned to one of our amazing coaches. It's the whole shebang, okay? You get your curriculum in the mail. I mean, it just, the list goes on and on and on. So whoever wins that one, you're going to get a full scholarship to Six-Figure Breakthrough. If you're in it right now, you could also gift it or do your own giveaway, and we can get somebody to come in for that as well. Okay. So that one, I mean, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. So, hey, if it's on your vision board, we have people all the time, Shelly, that will say, oh my gosh, like when they're enrolling, this has been on my vision board. It's like, that's how it works. Right. So yeah, let me finish up to share with you how to enter to win. Yeah. So as a reminder, we have content in a day. If you want to do that, just put link in the comments or click my milkshake bio link and you'll be able to get in for that. I'd love to see you guys tomorrow. With me and the coaches, we're teaching all day tomorrow on planning out Q2. And then a reminder, if you'd like to become a guest contributing author, I should say contributing author in our book that we're releasing this year, then just put link in the comments, or you can go ahead and get to your milkshake. Get to my milkshake, and you can see where to apply for that, or DM our team if you have more questions on that. So in order to get into these amazing giveaways, this is what you need to do before Wednesday midnight, so tomorrow night, midnight Central, and we're going to announce the winners on Thursday, and we'll make sure you know about it, and we'll message you so you can see how to get access to these things. So all you have to do is take a screenshot of this, or a screenshot of my business page, a screenshot of my Instagram bio. You know, if you want to just pull up my Instagram account, whatever, YouTube, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, you choose. Take a screenshot, and then you are going to throw that in your stories and tag us at the Gold Digger Girl or Kimberly Olson if you're on Facebook. And you're going to say, love following the Gold Digger Girl. You got to check her out. Okay. Just basically, what do you love about the Gold Digger? And prompt people to follow us. If you want to do a post on your wall or a post on Instagram, I do recommend grabbing a photo of me. You can easily do that on Facebook on my personal profile or business page. Just click the photo section, grab a photo and create a new post instead of sharing something that tends to do better. You could share this if you wanted to, you could share this. That's totally will count as well. The key is if you create a post about me or share this, is that you need to tag us, because our team behind the scenes is going to be grabbing all the people who have tagged us and populating our list. And then we use this online picker raffle thing that we use to pick the people. So we need to know who is participating. So make sure you tag us in whichever way you choose. Basically, just remember this. You need to share about Gold Digger for people to follow us, and make sure you tag us. Any way you want to do it is cool with me. And then we'll be announcing the winners on Thursday. Yeah, I know. It's super, super exciting. So that's what I have for you guys today. And again, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for not just following us, but for really being a true gold digger, because there's a lot of icky stuff that can be in our industry. And it's kind of mind-blowing, but at the same time, we can change it. And the only way we can change it is by being supportive and lifting each other up and saying, no, go do it. Go after your dream, go after your goals. Like you can crush them. And just that is so important, that sisterhood and that true community for us to do some powerful stuff together. It really does take a village. And I truly believe that. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for being in our community and continuing to follow and support. And if you share this with somebody else, I mean, that's the biggest compliment you can give us. So even if you're participating in the giveaway or not, like, thank you so much. And again, thank you to Team Goal Digger, because without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. And cheers to the next 5 years, because we, of course, absolutely plan on continuing to keep up what we're doing, and truly believe we're just getting started. So thank you guys again. Really appreciate you. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon. My company is called The Goal Digger Girl, and we serve female entrepreneurs, teaching them how to use social media. So simple systems, online strategies, and sales and marketing. So really anyone who wants to be able to take their brick and mortar online, or maybe scale their business, monetize their personal brand, we teach them exactly how to do it through social media. For me personally, I was a selfish reason to come onto social. I was flying all over the country. I was doing weekend events. I was missing my kids. I just was missing all the things. And I thought, gosh, if I could do this from my cell phone, that's going to allow me to have that time freedom. So that's why I got on. But when I started having these different niches, different industries of women coming, I realized anybody can sell on social. Anyone can build a business. As we've seen, we really don't know what the future looks like. So being able to pivot and take your maybe brick and mortar offline and add an online dimension can be so powerful for anyone. The ultimate mission is to allow women to own their voice, own their worth, and know that they can make a difference. If we can ignite a fire in others, then they're going to show up differently. They're going to show up as a different wife, a different mom. And that starts to impart that, change in a community. And with social media, I mean, you literally can impact people all around the world. So what kind of gets me out of bed in the morning and keeps me up late at night is this drive that I have to ignite the fire in others, to inspire change, lasting change for themselves, their families, their communities, and eventually, I really think we can change the world. For those that are wanting to know more about what we do and how they can get into our community, head to our website, thegoaldiggergirl, GOAL.com, and you're going to see a spot to enroll into our free community and come hang out with us. We have content. I do brand new trainings in there every single week. We have guest trainers. And then follow me anywhere on social for new content. I am literally on every platform. You can find me at The Goal Digger Girl on Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, wherever you're hanging out. I'd love to connect with you. Definitely shoot me a DM and say hello.